In this Rick Talk, we want to talk about some basic design principles and concepts that you can utilize in your own work. Of course, there are thousands of books and sources of information. What's great here, I think, is these are some pieces of information from a series of books by a well-known book writer. Her name is Robin Williams, not the comedian, but a terrific writer of books that are used in many colleges and universities. And this one talks about simplifying things so that even novices can understand some what might be otherwise complex concepts in a fairly simple, straightforward manner, and that you can utilize in your work. So let's get to it. Design principles. 4 basic concepts or keys to well-designed work. And this is pretty universal stuff. So the first one we're going to talk about is proximity. And proximity means grouping items related to each other close together. And as opposed to copy or information being scattered all around a page, we group it and in logical ways, and it helps to make items become one cohesive visual unit. So the address, the phone number, the fax number, even the web address, you might put together in one little group of information that might be near somebody's name to indicate that that information goes with that person's name. That's what we're talking about here. And it doesn't matter whether we're talking about a page for a brochure or a web page. These good design concepts are appropriate in any situation. So, group-related items close to each other. It helps items become one cohesive visual unit. And the purpose is, as I've been saying, to organize the information, reduce clutter, create a relationship among items and elements on the page. And so, again, we group information that seems to logically go together and separate that from another group of information that seems to go together. Okay? And how to get it. Don't have more than 3 to 5 groups of items on a page. And again, these are not set in stone, but these are good general principles to follow. Okay? So proximity, very important when we're working on a page of any kind. The next would be alignment. Nothing should be put on a page arbitrarily or randomly. And the idea here is that we like order. We like to feel like we know where we're supposed to go or look next. Even, if you will, think about this PowerPoint presentation, and you'll notice that the headlines are in the big, bold blue type, and then the sub-theme is in the red italicized, and then as we are doing in this with the 4 basic concepts, alignment is large, and then you've got the bulleted information below it about alignment. And if we were to go from one PowerPoint to another, as well as from one page to another within the same PowerPoint, you would see that I've used the same general elements and the positioning purposely again and again to make it very simple. Think of it as a nonverbal roadmap. You want the eye to move across a page, and as soon as we see the layout and sort of composition, we will know what to think and expect on the next page. And so that's the case here. So alignment, all elements should have a visual connection with others. Our eye likes to zip right down a page, and so if things are closely aligned, they should be perfectly aligned, and with guides or the other tools of our software programs. Nothing should be sorta, kinda. If it's supposed to be flush left, lined up on the left, like here with this PowerPoint, it should be perfectly lined up and not look like, well, was that on purpose, or did the person designing this page just make a mistake? Okay, and it helps to unify and organize the page, and creates a strong, clean, cohesive look on pages. And again, how do you get it? Be conscious of where you place things, and an invisible line should connect all the elements on the page, whether it's flush left or centered, or even occasionally flush right. Okay, so again, a roadmap, a non-verbal roadmap to guide the viewer's eye movement across a page or through a series of pages in any kind of document, whether it be print or web-based. The next one is repetition. And repetition is the concept of, again, repeating visual elements throughout the piece. So again, let's look at this this PowerPoint. You see here we have been going from page to page, and each one is laid out and designed in a very uniform manner, and that's so as soon as you saw the first one, you know what to expect for the next one. Find existing repetitions and make them stronger. Okay, and think of repetition as consistency. It helps to unify, to organize, and add clarity to the information and more visual interest to a page. And here, how do you get it? Like here in the PowerPoint. Repeat colors, repeat typefaces, line thicknesses, shapes, sizes, textures, and spatial relationships. The last of the four basic concepts is contrast. To avoid boring and bland looking pages of any kind, we will talk quite a bit, as a matter of fact, in some of the subsequent Rick Talks, again, from Robin Williams' terrific book, The Non-Designer's Design Book, that we want contrast. Avoid elements that are similar. It tends to make things bland and somewhat boring. Make elements very different. That is the basic function of how you get contrast. Make elements that are different, very different. It creates interest on the page. It helps organization of information. And if seeing differences is hard, look for the similarities. They are the problem. If things are similar, then there's not a lot of contrast, and that's probably the source of the blandness, the visual boringness, if you will, on a page of any kind. And again, how do we get it? Make different typeface choices. Use contrasting colors. Use shapes and sizes that are different. Add a little bit of space between groups of information, and even line thicknesses. So you want to add contrast, and if it's done appropriately, it will add visual interest. And I tell my students, if you do just one thing to make a piece more effective and have more visual punch, it's to add contrast. Make something bigger. Make something a contrasting color. Make something smaller. And avoid blandness and similarity, because it just causes our eyes to just jump around and everything just sort of blends together. And again, this and subsequent Rick Talks are adopted from Robin Williams' book. She was kind enough to give me permission, and this is one of many books that she has written and are very easy to follow, from the Non-Designer's Design Book. So pick it up if you can, and it's recommended for my classes, and enjoy. You'll learn a lot in a small number of pages, and it's very helpful in creating effective pages of any kind. So thanks, and come back and look for some more Rick Talks or lectures, and we'll keep passing this information along. That's meant to supplement the video tutorials on the software programs that I have done on the Rick Rice 1 channel. Thanks very much. Have a great day.